Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a full progression guide from start to finish on everything you should do when it comes to basic leveling and just game progress in a general. So first things first, I'm just going to head on over to the starter island. Now this is going to be in honor of the new update coming out. Now, first things first, when obviously you first load into the game, after you complete the first quest and you do all the basic, progression in general, you're going to be tasked with getting to level 10. This is actually super simple because there are a few quests you can do on the starter island that are going to get you a bit of XP. Firstly, you're going to want to talk to Bard right here. He's going to want you to get him his guitar. So you're just going to come right on into the mine, just come right on down into the mine shaft and then take a left. And then you're going to come in here and there's going to be this little leaf section right here. And you can walk on down in here, pick up his guitar, which is just going to be right in that section. And then we're going to come on back out and then you can return that to him and he'll give you a bit of XP and a bit of money. And then next thing is you're going to want to talk to both of the NPCs in here, Umit the Brave and Nord. Both of them are going to want you to both mine a decent amount of basic ores and also kill a certain amount of NPCs. This is going to be super beneficial, especially since you're just grinding and playing the game in general. This is going to get you some extra quest progress. Now, you don't even need to accept these quests after you complete the starter quest. I believe you can even do that before. Now, especially when you're in the starter game, the main thing you should definitely note is pretty much every single mob in this area can be easily parried. And if you don't know what parrying is, it's pretty much where you click the dodge or the block or F key or whatever it is on the device you're playing. And right when they're about to hit you and you don't take any damage, meaning you can pretty much kill every single NPC here without any worry. Now, obviously, the only trade-off is you have to kind of time it well. Now, once you have obviously hit level 10, you're going to be set and able to go to the next island. You realistically don't need to stay in here too long because you're not going to have to deal with anything too much while you're down here. And just before you go, though, to the second island, I would very much recommend just coming on over and grabbing one of these healer potions. This will make sense in a second. So now once you head on over to the next island, once again, you have to be at least level 10. We're going to come in here. Now, obviously, you might be wondering why I told you to buy one of these level 1 health potions. By note, though, you can buy health potions here, but it's going to be a level 2, and this is very important. You're going to come over to this cannon at start or at spawn. It's going to fire you up here, and there's going to be this NPC Isaac right here. So he's going to pretty much give you a bunch of dialogue about the quest or about the island in general, or you can talk to him and do his quest. And he essentially wants you to bring him a level 1 health potion, and that will just go ahead and give you a bit of XP and some extra money, because why not? Now, once you're first here, your main priority should be getting as much ore as possible. So you're going to want to come on over to your achievements and wait at least until you've started unlocking this, but you're wanting to get this mind power trait. And if you don't have it, you want to get this luck trait right here, dedicated player. This is going to be pretty much just extra luck from playing the game longer and longer. Now, the next thing is during the weekends when there are active codes, you want to make sure you firstly do these and then come to the race menu. And you either want, firstly, a very good race to get is the dwarf race because of the benefit with mining. As you see, 20% chance to deal 50% damage to rocks, 5% better forge, and 15% mining boost. Very beneficial. There are some other races like Shadow and Goblin that have good traits, but Dwarf is by far one of the best lower and more common ones. Now, the next thing is going to be you want to also prioritize as many quests as you can. So you want to accept, obviously, the Sensei Moro and then the Captain Rowan, just because these are the main ones you're going to have to do. But then you want to come right to the cave entrance and talk to the Masked Stranger and get his quest. And then you can also come on in it to here and talk to Barakulov, and he's next to the forge. You'll get his quest. He'll want you pretty much just to do basic mining stuff. Now, another thing is it is a rare ore, but if you come over and talk to Line, he'll also want you to do a quest for him. Essentially, you're just going to have to get a few ores for him, and he'll give you a bunch of money and XP. Now, when you are here, as a quick note, I would very much recommend having at least 200 to maybe 300 defense and armor before coming to this zone, just because the upfront damage these NPCs are going to do. But you should be fine regardless if you know how to parry correctly. But you're going to come on exactly where I do. So we're going to come into here, take a right path to where it says the Ashen Passage, and you're going to come on in here. Now, these two rocks, if they are in your way, you can mine them a bit. If you're in a public server, most likely someone's going to mine them automatically for you. Sometimes these rocks will generate in such a way you can just dash in between gaps, but usually you have to do this and come through and mine them. Now, when you're down here, there are going to be a ton, and I mean like a ton of really big valuable ores, but a ton of very big NPCs. And you do not need to worry because for the most part, these are very easy to kill without taking any damage. Now, first things first is you're going to want to strategically mine when you're down here. If you are down here, like how you see I am right now, I'm going to mine both of these ores to about halfway. And the reason for this is once you get them to about halfway, you can see what ores are in them. Obviously, these ones pretty much have nothing in them that I do want, so I'm just going to leave them. Now, when you're grinding NPCs down here to kill them, because one of the great things you can get out of this is essence, which sells for a very consistent amount, you're going to pretty much just come down here. And the one you want to try to kill is going to be the Elite Death Axe Skeleton. As you can see, they're kind of stupid in the way they just like will swing at nothing, or when you're right next to them, they'll swing in front of you and you can pretty much just like slowly back up while they swing at nothing and you won't take any damage, and then they'll just stand there for like a few seconds before they go again. That, or you can easily just parry their attacks and then kill them, and then you can easily get things like that, Fire Notch, you can get essence, you get money, you can get XP. Then the next thing you want to do is also you can kill consistently. They're called blazing slimes. This is a blazing slime, so super easy to kill, super easy to parry. They have a little red indicator above their head when they're about to attack, so they're super easy to keep up with. Now, the only annoying one is the pyromancer or the reaper, but for the most part, I mean, they are pretty easy to kill if you know what you're doing. But for the most part, once it gets down to the basics, you're pretty much just going to be mining and playing the game a lot if you're wanting to get high progress. And when it comes to recipes, there are going to be ores that have traits on them, and you want to try to prioritize using these for your recipes because it's very beneficial. Now, I'll have this website linked in the description, but essentially it's going to be a Forge Wikipedia, but you can check the ores category and see all the ores that have traits on them. For example, the obsidian is relatively not too rare or too bad to get, and as you see, 30 plus defense on armor. So when you're crafting early game to mid game, this is going to be super overpowered for getting really high defense armor. But you're going to want to just try to prioritize quality over the rarity, if that makes sense. Now, for the most part, when it comes to weapons, I would especially recommend using ores such as Riviolite or Ore. This is a 1 out of 1300, but you are going to get it very commonly for some reason. I don't know why, but you can also just once again use that and Riviolite, and you can get some very good armor from it. Now, uranium is decent for armor as well because of this HP AoE pulse, but for the most part, you're going to want to use those to get decent weapons. And the best thing about weapons is you don't need too many ores to get a good one because of the way the mechanic works. For example, you can get a pretty good katana like this one. You can get a good dagger, you can get a good gauntlet, but you just want to try to prioritize traits and quality over the rarity. But for the most part, that's going to be it for this video. If this helped you out, make sure to leave a like. If you have any other questions, just make sure to comment those down below, and I will see you on the next one.